Hello everybody, Mr. Rome here. Welcome back to the Insula Populi Megacampaign in Europa Universalis 4. In the last episode, we concluded our war with Amirs. We took a chunk of their territory and demanded that they pay us money. And so that concluded that. We got called to arms by Revolutionary Ilkhanate because they've now become Revolutionary Ilkhanate against... they were against Bajarmaland. We helped them out with that. England did not join that war, even though they could have. And once that was over, we got called to arms by the Senegambian Empire, who has declared war on Congo. Now, this war has involved England. So, we will need to deal with that. So, hopefully, what'll happen is England will be unable to really deal with anything here because they are involved in two other wars. One of them is against Revolutionary East Franconia, which means that that alliance that they had is gone, which is great, because that was really annoying. And they're attacking someone else, so hopefully they won't be able to support Congo. The Senegambian Empire will rapidly put an end to that war, and we won't have to worry about it. But, push comes to shove, I might have to do what I did before, which is set up that cross-channel invasion again. So, we'll see. Our traditional fisheries are proving excellent grounds for the recruiting of sailors for our fleets. Gain 10 navy tradition. Revolutionary East Franconia is requesting military access. Declined. With the Republic looking fragile, rumors have reached us that nobles are plotting to bring in hereditary succession. We lose a stability point. Well, I can get it right back. We can build a great project. We can build the Suez Canal. Beautiful. It will cost 20,000 ducats. And take 10 years. I don't care. Do it. It seems the government that governs the least governs the best as far as those outside the capital are concerned. Our non-involvement in Herzegovina's affairs has proved beneficial and the local economy is booming. We'll take the trade power modifier. We gained some corruption. We should be able to deal with that. Our canal project has progressed ahead of its schedule. It'll be done 90 days earlier. 90 days out of 10 years. Our policies are evoking widespread discontent among the people and nobility. It seems that they are being misrepresented in a way contrary to our intentions. I'll lose the government reform progress. What's this? I can claim hegemony. I can claim an economic hegemony. Is this something that I want to do? Development, rating. We are the #1 great power in the world. That's surprising, but sure. Just a second. Let me just check on this. Okay, so this does provide benefits, but the big downside of becoming a hegemon is that you get a -50 opinion modifier across the board. Mercenary manpower, war exhaustion, development cost modifier. Like, that's not really that big of a benefit for potentially risking a lot of negative opinion, which I really would rather not have. Especially when things like our alliance with, actually, we should probably send a diplomat out there to re-improve relations. With our alliance with things like Canada are a little tenuous. So, we will hold off on that. And we're making a lot of ducats a month. Can we... get ourselves a bunch more ships? Let's get ourselves a bunch more ships. Bring the fleet up to speed. How goes the war? That's a lot of troops. I mean, I could send a bunch of my own soldiers down there. 200,000? Maybe 100,000? And you need to increase your supply limit down here. Alright, yeah, let's send 100. Let's send 150,000. Yeah, let's just march them down here. We'll figure out once they get there. 150,000 troops, that should help. How big of an army do you have? 50k. Yeah, we should be able to crush them. And of course, a revolt breaks out as soon as we move our armies out of the way. Our ports are blockaded. No, they're not. Well, I mean, they are, but that's a little consequence. Mexico has basically been reabsorbing. Alright, recall the diplomats. Has been reabsorbing English California. That's a little bit of an issue. We sent, to improve relations. And relations are worse than when I looked at them previously. Alright, I can guarantee their independence. Because that -3 yearly is going to be a problem. The problem is they want a whole bunch of provinces. That's a bit of a problem. And I said problem too much. Land force limit is at 726. All right. I don't even know if we can do that. I'll find out. And I should probably then start thinking about increasing our military presence in the New World. I should probably think about doing that. The thing is, can I... Yeah, we can get 3 more leaders. And we are missing a couple. That's odd. Then we can get 1 more leader. All right. You would march all the way around there, okay? But because of that, there's 97,000 soldiers there. Okay, that's been dealt with. Well, they are somehow getting those soldiers we planned. Let's see. I probably do need the Diplo power, so let's go ahead and do that. Truces have expired. Nation of Canada, your faithful ally, is requesting that you come to their aid in the Canadian-Mexican nationalist war against Mexico and Peru. This is a war that they have started. We would join as a regular ally. Fine. They have 153,000 soldiers. Okay. Here's the thing. I don't want to send an unprotected convoy of troop transports across the Atlantic right now, not while I am in a war that involves England. Okay, we haven't taken the capital, that's why. How much Republican tradition do I have? I have 78. Yeah, we'll seize the money and we'll go for it. Bunch infiltrated our administration. Okay. Wait a minute. Where is the capital? Well, we just took it. Okay. Then that's fine. We'll go work on sieging that fort over there. And I don't want to move this fleet until all of the ships under construction have moved. Well, I mean, I guess I could. They would just accumulate here, which would be fine. All right. We're gonna put our fleet to sea. All right, and then come into port. Oh yeah, Mexico is not having a good time. Oh yeah, we lost a ton of troops. That's kind of why we need to do this carefully. Tariffs on salts. No, we're not going to tax it. The war with Mexico, I'm hoping that's going to end relatively quickly. Put the diplomatic power there. Another revolt. Sheesh. Alright, well, I don't think they need my help, so I'm going to actually march my troops back home. We can take our last trade idea. Alright, we'll add a policy. I haven't... Canada broke their alliance with us again? Come on, Canada. How many? They have almost 300,000. Alright, Canada, if that's how you want to play it. That's how we can play it. I will send another 50,000 soldiers to the New World. So let's do that, shall we? So I'll have 200,000, and then combine with my colonies. East Franconia is supporting independence of Potomac. Lovely. Hold on. Potomac's liberty desire is at 100%. Oh, this is annoying. Is there anything in here that reduces their liberty desire? No, increases, increases, increases. So no, we don't have that. Placate local reader. So that's actually way more than 100%. It's because of East Franconia's support of their independence. That is a problem. Well, maybe I do need to send 300,000 to the New World. Oh, let's see. Trade efficiency. Yield inflation, that's no big deal. Lose 2,000 ducats, that's no big deal. Lose some diplo power. I don't want to mess with land control. Navy edition, prestige. Army professionalism. We'll lose some sailors, that's fine. Alright, well, hopefully 87% is enough. The Canadian-Mexican Nationalist War is over. Canada has declared war on Mississippi. All right. Well, let's see. Can I... I need to be able to declare war on the target. Oh, Mississippi took a chunk. All right, well. Let's get our 200,000 soldiers over there. Let's send some more. We lost a stability point. Get it back. Alright. Negative 169 diplomatic power? How did that happen? Here's the thing. I can't participate because we're not at war. The Senegambian-Congolese war is over. Is it that we still have a truce? Until March. For 4 more years, we have a truce. That apparently doesn't extend to my colonies, though. So Mississippi gained a chunk of territory from Mexico, and they're probably going to lose a chunk of territory to Canada. You are annoying. Okay. Well. Here is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead. And we're gonna park our soldiers. Over here. They want almost 26,000 soldiers. We'll accept that. That's fine. Okay, so the war with England is over. I'm still bringing in a whole bunch of soldiers. But I don't need to protect the ships anymore. Okay. We'll leave the transports for the time being. And actually, let's bring those transports back. $17.95. Alright, there's another army. Yep, hopefully they get out of that without losing too much. There's nothing we can do about it. Representative areas are sometimes quite distant from Palma. Many MPs often find life in the capital during their visits is very different from what they are used to. Some find it both cramped and filthy, and many seem quite relieved when they get to return home. The hot months have been unusually hot, the wet months unusually wet, and the cold months unusually cold. A number of MPs now decided they have had enough and have approached us asking to help make their stays more pleasant. We'll do what we can. And we need to mothball the forts. There we go. Alright. So I now have 300,000 soldiers in Potomac. In case either Potomac or Canada decide they want to do something stupid. Great products can be upgraded. I'm not too terribly worried about that. What I'm really worried about is the Suez Canal, which will be done in 1798. Beautiful. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and end the episode here. Mississippi is sending armies in. Potomac. Yep, that war is about to be over. And I suspect they're going to lose a rather sizable chunk. I think our efforts in Amairs are going to be basically done for now. 200,000, 300,000. All right. Yep. Okay. Well, we'll see how things are going to go over here. But for now, we'll stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you next time.